In the time of the Vikings, there were warriors known as berserkers. They were famous for their fierce fighting style and bravery. The word berserker means bear shirt in old languages of the North, because these warriors wore bear skins. They thought wearing these skins made them strong like bears. This video aims to explore who the berserkers were, their characteristics, how they fought in battles, and why they are important in Viking history. The Vikings were people from Scandinavia, which is now Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. They lived over 1,000 years ago, from around 800 to 1050 AD. The Vikings were known for traveling in big ships, trading with other countries, and sometimes fighting as raiders. They had a strong culture with its own beliefs, gods, and way of life. Origin of berserkers goes back to the early Viking Age. They were part of Viking society and played a special role in battles and raids. Berserkers were believed to be chosen by Odin, the chief god in Viking mythology. Odin was the god of war and wisdom, and having his favor was considered very important for a warrior. Berserkers were known for their extraordinary physical strength and fearless spirit. They were not only physically imposing, but also had a mental state that separated them from other warriors. Before going into battle, berserkers would enter a trance-like fury known as berserkergang. This state was believed to give them superhuman strength and make them immune to pain. It was said that in this state, a berserker could do things no ordinary human could, like lift incredibly heavy stones or fight off multiple enemies alone. The process of entering into this state involved rituals and possibly the consumption of certain substances. Some historical sources suggest that berserkers might have used natural hallucinogens or alcohol to induce their battle frenzy. This trance not only made them formidable opponents, but also struck terror into their enemies. The berserkers held a sacred connection to Norse mythology, particularly with Odin, the god of war and death. They were considered Odin's chosen warriors, favored by him for their ferocity in battle. This connection to the divine was crucial for the berserkers, as it was believed to be the source of their extraordinary powers. Wearing animal skins, particularly those of bears and wolves, was a part of their identity and ritual to draw closer to their god and the animal spirit. The bear was a symbol of strength and bravery, while the wolf represented ferocity and teamwork. On the battlefield, berserkers were the shock troops of the Viking armies. They were often the first to charge into combat, breaking the enemy lines with their sheer force and aggression. Their tactics were straightforward yet effective: create chaos and fear among their opponents. This approach often worked, as the sight and sound of a charging group of berserkers were terrifying. The berserkers fought with little regard for their own safety, which made them unpredictable and dangerous. They preferred close combat, using weapons like axes, swords, and spears. Their style was aggressive and aimed at overpowering the enemy quickly. The psychological impact of the berserkers on their enemies was significant. Their reputation alone could cause fear. Enemies often believed that berserkers were invincible and blessed with supernatural powers. This belief made them hesitate or flee, giving the Vikings an advantage before the fight even began. Berserkers held a unique place in Norse society. They were not only fearsome warriors, but also objects of reverence and fear. Their connection to Odin and their roles in legends and sagas elevated their status to almost mythic proportions. They were seen as the embodiment of the Viking spirit, fearless in the face of death and unstoppable in pursuit of victory. This made them both valuable assets in warfare and central figures in Norse culture and storytelling. The societal role of berserkers also extended to personal bodyguards for lords and kings. Their loyalty and ferociousness made them ideal protectors. This aspect of their role demonstrates their importance beyond the battlefield, highlighting their integration into the fabric of Norse political and social life. The legacy of berserkers has transcended centuries, remaining alive in modern culture. Their image as wild and unstoppable warriors has been romanticized and featured in various forms of media. From literature to movies, and especially in video games, the archetype of the berserker is a common and popular figure, often depicted with a nod to their historical roots: fierce, battle-ready, and with a hint of the supernatural. Moreover, the term berserk has entered the modern lexicon, used to describe someone acting with wild rage or unrestrained ferocity. This is a direct testament to the lasting impact of berserker lore on contemporary culture. The fascination with these warriors speaks to a broader interest in Viking history and mythology, which has seen a resurgence in popularity in recent years. Educational platforms, documentaries, and historical fiction continue to explore and celebrate the Vikings and their way of life, with berserkers often highlighted for their unique contributions to Norse warfare and society. This sustained interest ensures that the legacy of berserkers will continue to inspire and intrigue for generations to come. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Sharing this video with your friends helps us grow and create more content just for you. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay awesome.